Why is not practicing? Okay, let's have a high level recap. So yesterday what we have discussed is we discussed some of the operations. So yeah, so this is what we were dropping the indexes. If I have to drop the indexes using the range, we can use this range function. Then I had asked you to insert the records. So we can insert the records using the location function. Okay, we can give the position where we want to insert the record and we can specify the record. For single record, we can use the location function. And to insert a multiple records, what we can do is we can kind of use the concat function. We'll have another data frame, we'll create another data frame and we will concatenate the number of rows, like both the data frame, we can concatenate it. Okay. Then we have seen like how SQL related outputs, like if this is what the query we have in the SQL, how we'll get the output in the pandas. So in the pandas, we have seen a data frame and in square bracket, we need to give the number of columns that we need to print. It's a simple one. Okay, this is one way and there was another way. So we can filter it based on the number of rows. If we want all the rows, we can give this colon, and if we want a specific columns, then we can specify that columns into a square bracket. Okay, this is what using the I location, we can get the number of rows and number of columns, whatever we want. Okay, then the where condition. So if I want to filter out some records, we can filter the records using what? Using this data frame, and in the data frame, in square bracket, we can give the condition here. Okay, so wherever we have this value is equal to true, it will only show the records where we have this, wherever we have this, for whatever record we have a condition as a true, it will fetch the records. This is how we can give the single condition. If there is a multiple conditions in the pandas, so we write and as an and operator or as a or operator. Okay, then so here if I consider this conditions, it is equal to Mumbai salary should be greater than 5,000 or 50,000. So we need to put the condition in a bracket, each condition in a bracket, and then we can use the and operator. Similarly for the or operator. Okay, then there are some other queries, like it is related to the distinct. So distinct will get it by using the drop duplicates method. Okay, and if you want to change the data frame itself, there is a in place is equal to true. You need to set that parameter as a true, so it will make it as a in place is equal to true. Okay, then the order by. Okay, so there is a sort value method. You can use the data frame dot sort value and we can sort it by ascending order, descending order. We can pass the multiple columns. Even on the multiple columns, we can set it the proper the parameter ascending as a true and false, and based on this, it will sort the data. So yeah, where is it? It's this is the example of drop duplicates. Okay, to remove the duplicates, you can add the description. Okay, so don't refer this thing as it is. Okay, you need to practice, and while doing the practice, you need to keep a note, like make a notes what this drop duplicate does. So you just write a description here. So drop duplicates, what drop duplicates is doing, and the important parameters of the drop duplicates, like we have seen in place is equal to this, then ignore index is there. So this type of parameters you can consider, and even there is a subset. Okay, if I want to duplicate, drop the duplicate based on any of the column, then there is a subset column. So I want you to write a description here. While practicing on this, you can prepare the note for each function. Okay, then distinct city, how will get that? This is what a data frame, and after for this data frame itself, in this data frame, we have only a city column, and for that city column, we can directly use the drop duplicates method. Okay, then yeah, it's again related to the drop duplicates and order by salary ascending. So you can say that sort values, we need to specify the columns on which we need to sort the data. In place is equal to true if you want to change the do the changes in the data frame itself. Okay. Then salary ascending, yeah, same thing. Ascending is equal to false. So it will do it in the descending order. Okay, it will do the salary in DESC. Okay, not ascending order. Then the city in ascending, salary is also in ascending. So we can say it as ascending is equal to false. It will do the in a descending order, right? When we say ascending false, then it will do the sorting in descending order. Okay, true, false, ascending, descending. Then I had asked you to do the null related operation. Okay, so it's a not a number and NAT is not a date, not a time, I guess. Okay, not a time date. So it's again a null related value. Okay. So I had asked you to do some, there was one more that is drop NA. Okay, if I have to drop the null values, so how we can drop the values. So will you get a chance to go through these functions? Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. So is anyone practice on these functions?
Sir, I couldn't do. I will do it today or tomorrow.
Okay, what about others? Data frame and say related operations. What is that? Jobs maybe. Let's create this sheet 2024 double one double two. Okay, if you're not practicing, then it is not going to help you guys. Please do practice. And I'll be sharing the assignment on the pandas on this weekend. Okay, so you can practice on that as well. Let's print this. Okay, let's add some values. Okay, so we want to print the record where we have, okay, so if you see this, so for salary, we have two records as an right? So this one and this one, correct? So what we were looking for, so if you see the query, I think query we have written somewhere else for the null. In where condition, we just need to apply where salary is null. I just want to show this records like this. So how we can do this? Let's remove that distinct. In this, we can give the condition. Okay, this one and column is what? Column is the salary dot is NA. Okay, let's say dot is NA. And if I say print this, okay, so if I execute it, Let's do this. Okay, so what is happening here? Print this one. So it is, what we are doing. This is what the data frame. In the data frame, we can give the condition, right? Do you remember? So where clause, how we were using, you guys are getting, right? I mean, it's a basic, it's a simple one. City, where we
Using subset.
the where condition. Looking for the query where we have this one. I think yesterday we discussed. No, this one. See, what we were doing here is this is what the condition I was looking for. Okay, so let's go to the simple one. So this is what our first query. So this is what I was talking. See, if I want this, so what we were doing here is, so this is a kind of a condition we are giving. The column name city is equal to Mumbai. So it was giving us the true and false. So this condition we have simply put it in a data frame. So this is what the data frame is, and in square bracket we have just apply the condition. You got it or not? So this is what the data frame. And if I put the condition based on the true or false, it will return the row. So wherever we have a city is equal to Mumbai, it was returning the value to us. Same thing is happening here. I want to have where salary is equal to null. So in the data frame, I have simply passed the condition and is any function is there, which will give you the true or false. Whether we have the null value for this salary column or not. If it is null, it will return it will return that particular row. And this is what it is happening here. So 205 and 206. So for 206, this is what the null value we have, correct? 205, this is what the null value. Okay, similarly, your is null will also return the same. So you need to say is null function is there. And if you execute it, okay, is NA is null is giving the same thing. Okay, clear as आपको, ठीक है, right? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
Shweta is in last. Okay. Good. Okay, and if we apply directly is null on the data frame, okay, then print of this and let's execute this. So if we apply on the entire data set, so what it is doing, it is simply saying true wherever we have this null value, it is saying the true. The rest all it is saying as a false. But if you want to see it for the particular column and want to fetch the data frame for this condition, you just need to pass the condition in the square bracket. That's it. Okay, so okay. And what all functions are there? Fill NA. So if you want to fill some specific value, okay, so if there is mm, a salary, right? So if I do salary uh, plus 100 maybe and print this, okay? So I'll print the salary column. So what will happen? So it is adding this salary and wherever we have NA, NA plus means in the null value, if we if we perform any arithmetic operation, the result will be null, correct? So therefore, it is not adding that 100. So if you want to replace this null with some different value, if you want to fill the value for this NA, what function, what method we have? Fill NA, okay? Are you getting it? Like what I'm trying to say here? So print, and let's have it as a separator. So if you see it here, okay, so if you see it here, so wherever we have a NA, it is replacing what? So let me just have the salary column as well. Yeah. So this is what the first column. Okay, and this is what the second column is. Okay, this one, and say control X. So if I have to print the multiple columns, salary here again. So if I print, this is what it is doing, right? So salary plus 100, 1000, whatever it is. If I do this, okay, fine. It's not taking this, that is fine. We'll simply print this salary. So see, what I'm trying to say here is, if I do this operation, and if I want to add the something in it, let's say suppose 100, okay? So if I have to do this, so what is happening? It's adding the 100 into a salary column. But wherever we have a null, it's not adding that 100, because if we perform any arithmetic operation on the null, result will be null. But if you want to have it as a default value, wherever we have a null, if I want to put something, then there is a fill operation. So you can directly say, let's keep this as it is, hit enter, and that data frame you can say fill NA, and you can give the value that you want to fill. Okay, so let's say value. You can say value is equal to what value you want to fill? 0. Okay, and if you say 0, it will do the plus 100. That is 0 plus 100, it will become a 100. So are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so same operation in SQL Server, I think we have did it by using isNull function. If it is null, then replace it with what? 0. And in Oracle, we have NVL function, NVL2.
NVL2, yeah.
So same operation. Okay, if you want to fill any value, you can fill it. And for the entire data frame, also, if you want to fill it, you can fill it, but there might be a data type issue. Okay, means what I'm saying here is you can directly, this is data frame, and you can say fill NA. Okay, it will fill the value for entire data frame. Okay, so if you see, and there are some other parameters as well. Okay, value, method, axis, in place. So these are the other parameters. Fill NA, and if you say, let's say suppose 0, and seeing it as a print, wherever we have it as none, it is replacing with a 0 or the specific value. Okay, but if I say M here, there might throw an okay, okay. So okay, it might be converting its data type then, because here it if it is a salary, it should have thrown an error, right? So if I say print of this dot d types, I execute it. Okay, it's a float, but still allowing. Need to check uh, how this is working. It's taking the 0, that is fine, but it is taking the string value as well. Okay, so that we have to explore the behavior of it. Okay, so if I give, still it is accepting for the integer as well as float value. So it should have thrown an error, but it's taking the value. Okay, not an issue. But I hope you are clear with the fill any function. Okay, it will be used to fill the data. So for specific column, if you want to see, so how we can access the column, the data frame in square bracket, column name dot fill NA. You can specify the value. It will take the value, and whatever operation you want to perform, you can perform those operations. Okay, so this is what the fill NA. Similarly, is not null is there. Where we have this, yeah, is NA is there, right? So this function is there. So if you want to fetch the not null values, so this is what the function you can use, that it is not null. So it will fetch the records wherever we have, okay, is not null only. Okay, so is not null, it's not null. Okay, so see, you can see it here for salary, wherever we had a null, it is not fetching those records, correct?
Yes, means remove that specific rows.
Yes. And same operation you can do it using, if you say is null, okay, it will give me the null values, only null values, okay. And here, if you say a delta, okay, it will work as like a is not null. See, means this one and this one is a similar. Delta means it's not. Wherever this condition is matching, don't return these records. So wherever this condition is not matching, return those records. So either you can go with this or you can go with this. Both are the same. It's a null related operation that we are doing. Okay. And what else is there? Not NA is like it's not is not null. It's not null. Similarly, we have a not NA. So what is this not NA?
Remove the specific rows. NA.
Remove the specific rows. Okay.
Where the null value only.
Wherever we have a null value, it will drop the what we can say. It will drop the record. Okay. So drop any is there. So this is what the data frame. This one is there. I say drop any. Okay. And how I have to drop it. subset for in a specific row. Okay, let's say suppose this one only. Just print this part. So what it will do, wherever we have a null value, it is simply doing what? It's simply dropping that. Means for this record, there is not any null value, correct? So we are getting this. Then on this record, we have a null value. It is not returning this. 203, do we have a null? Yes, for 203, you can see it here. This is the null. This is what the null. Here we don't have a null, so we are getting this record. Here we have a null, so it is not returning this. For 207, we don't have a null value, so it is returning this record. Understood? Are you guys getting it? So, and if you want to check if you want to drop the row for a specific record, then there is a subset, okay? Subset parameter is there. So subset is equal to, let's say suppose emp id. So it will drop the records wherever we have a null in employee id column. So index number 1, we should have the null value. Got it? Not a number. Yes or no?
Yes.
So if you want to drop records based on any other column, you just give the other column. If you see city, it will drop the values based on the city. So wherever we have a null value, 1, 2, for the index number 2, you can see for the city, we have a null. So it is removing it. And I should be able to pass the multiple columns as well. emp id, comma, city. If I pass these two columns, it should remove the duplicate for both the columns. It should consider both the columns. You can see 1 and 2 it's considering and removing that row from the data frame. And if you want to do these changes in the data frame itself, you have which function? In place, correct? Data frame and okay, any one value present. Okay, and there is one more option. Are you able to see the browser?
Yes, sir.
So I was simply checking this how. So what do you think? What is this how? Subset we are good at, column wise we can do. In place we can do the changes. Okay, instead of rather than creating a new data frame, we can modify the data frame. Ignore index, it will ignore the index, it will simply start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 likewise. So can anyone tell me what they are trying to say, how? So what they are saying here is by default value is any. If you see it here, if any present, drop the row. Okay, if all the values are NA, drop the row. Default value is any. कुछ समझ में आया आपको मीनिंग इसका? Let me explain you here. Maybe this, and I'll simply take this data set. Okay, so what they are saying here is that suppose if I have a null value here, none, none, and none. So for which row we have a null value? By default, how the value is any. Correct? So ये क्या कर रहा है? जहां पे भी उसको any of the value is getting null, it is removing, it is dropping that row. Okay. So here we don't have any null, so it will not drop. Here we don't have any null, it will not drop. Here we have a null, it will drop that. Okay, here also we have null, it will drop that. Correct? मीन्स इसमें से ए वाले कॉलम से कोई भी एक उसको नल मिला एन मिला वो ड्रॉप करेगा. दिस इज व्हाट द बिहेवियर ऑफ एनी. समझा? ये क्लियर है सबको? You guys are getting it or not?
Sir, means that specific rows or all rows means none, Atul or Mumbai.
हाँ, सी द डेटा फ्रेम है मेरा. ठीक है, सो मैंने ऐसे लिखा ई एम बी ड्रॉप ड्रॉप एन ए. ठीक है, तो देर इज वन पैरामीटर. कौन सा पैरामीटर है? हाउ. हाउ यू वांट टू ड्रॉप द रोज. तो उसका वैल्यू बाय डिफॉल्ट अगर हमने वो स्किप किया तो डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू क्या ले रहा है? ये एनी. डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू क्या ले रहा है? एनी. मतलब ये जो डेटा फ्रेम है इसके कोई भी कॉलम में अगर मुझे नल वैल्यू मिल गया तो उसको ड्रॉप करो. तो ये तीन कॉलम्स है हमारे पास, इसमें से एक भी कॉलम का वैल्यू मुझे नन मिला तो उसको ड्रॉप करो. तो एम्प्लॉय आईडी का वैल्यू उसको नन मिल रहा है तो इट्स ड्रॉपिंग. ठीक है, यहाँ पे सीटी का उसको मिल रहा है तो इट्स ड्रॉपिंग दैट रो. ओके, सो इट्स ड्रॉपिंग दैट रो. बट यहाँ पे उसको नन नहीं मिल रहा है, यहाँ पे नहीं नन नहीं मिल रहा है यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ पे वो ड्रॉप नहीं करेगा. करेक्ट?
Yes, sir. Only three rows display.
3 रोज ड्रॉप करेगा. बट इसका अगर हाउ का वैल्यू अगर मैंने सेट किया ऑल, तो उसका क्या मतलब है कि ऑल द रोज इफ इट इज नल तभी वो उसको रिमूव करेगा. मतलब अगर ऐसा रिकॉर्ड है यहाँ पे नन है तो इट विल नॉट ड्रॉप, क्योंकि ये सारे के सारे वैल्यू उसको नल है क्या? नहीं है. सो विल नॉट ड्रॉप. बट अगर इफ आई हैव नन फॉर ऑल द वैल्यूज इट विल ड्रॉप. अगर ऐसा रिकॉर्ड है सारे के सारे रिकॉर्ड का वैल्यू अगर नन है तो इट विल ड्रॉप. नाउ इट्स क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
ओके, you can try this. Okay. So if you want to add one none, you can add it. Maybe last record will add it as a none. Okay. Okay, but we have to do it for this company name. Let's remove this. Record is none, NA is there. So what I'm saying here is if you say this one drop NA, how is equal to all, right? And simply print this whatever result it is. Okay. So see it here, it is dropping the last row wherever we have a null value, but it is not dropping. Here we have a none, here we have a none, here we have a none. It's not dropping. But if we get a none value for all the rows, so it's dropping that. This is what this how is. Okay. So this is how I wanted you to practice. Okay, if you would have practice, we would have saved this time. But I don't know what is the problem. You guys are not practicing, and this is not good. Okay, fine. I think we are good with this null values. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, null operation we are good. The between operation is there. Let me just copy this. Let me take a new data frame, new file maybe. Our data frame, say group by. Starting with the group by. What I'll do is I'll simply import a file. Let's check the file. A data frame which should have enough data. So not enough, it's good data. Okay, so if we let's do one thing, let's import one as BD. Okay, and we'll create a new data frame, maybe okay. I think we have enough data, right? Okay. On this, we can perform the grouping operation. So, fine. So, why we use the group by operation? I hope everyone is aware with the group by and you did the practice group by in a SQL. So technically, I means I'll not be explaining you on the record by record how it's grouping and all. I'll be focusing on the syntax. Okay, I don't want to repeat the things that we have already discussed in the SQL because इसका functioning वैसे के वैसे रहने वाला है और only the difference here is how we are going to use those things. Okay, so in this data frame, if I have to, this is what a data frame we have, and from this data frame, if I have to do the department wise sum of salary, so for each department whatever salary we are paying, we just want to display the sum of salary. So how we can do this? Can write the query, check the different data set whether I have the information. Okay, it is not showing all the columns. If you want to see all the columns, what you can do is you can say it pd dot set option, and Here, what you can see here is display dot max columns and the number of columns that you want to set. It's 15. If I execute it, so it will not skip that dot. Okay, rest of the columns it will show you in the new line. Got it? You guys getting it? Yes, no? So if I have to do this city-wise or say gender-wise sum of salary means in terms of a query, it's something like this. Okay, select the sum of salary, okay, as sum of salary and gender from EMP table group by gender. How we can write it in the pandas. We can do this. Even if I say the count, okay, sum of salary, I want to say it as a count of this. How we can do this? Okay, this is what the question is. The second thing is sum of salary, some other operations like, okay, then average of salary, okay, then max of salary for gender, okay. This is one thing. Then what is the sum of salary that we are paying for CT and gender? Need to do the grouping on two columns. Or say we have a department as well, right? So we have a duplicate value for department, yes. Department wise, we can take department and gender. I hope you are able to relate. I'm not going to explain you this behavior of it. Even if you ask, I'll not be explaining you. Because I hope when I write this type of queries, I hope you are understood what I'm trying to say here. Yes or no? Okay. So let's see. Are you guys? I'm not able to see the response from your side, guys. Okay, please say something. Yes, no, you're getting, not getting. You know, it's very difficult to conduct the session if there is no response from the other side. So please say something. Please be interactive. Or else means why I'm not. We have a time limitations. We need to finish our session within 2 hours. So that's the reason I'm not. In between, I'm not giving you the kind of assignments or something or to this is what I already ask you to do some research or do some homework on this type of. But I did not see any response from your side. Even a simple small things like it's a between case statements. Even if you Google, if you uh, type it in the chat GPT or something, you'll get this answer. But I don't think so you guys are doing anything. So even you are not responding in the session. So that is not good actually. Okay. So it's very difficult to conduct the session if there is no response from the other side. So make sure that if you're not getting, say no. If you're getting, say yes. Okay, if you're not getting, I'm here to repeat the things again. I'll try my best, but say something. If you even if you're getting, say yes, you're getting it properly. Okay, you're not getting any particular point or specific point, say I'm not getting. If you want any explanation on any particular topic, mention that topic in the meeting chat. Okay. So make sure that you are giving the feedback as well. Okay. When our meeting is getting over, just type whatever feedback is there, just give that feedback, give the ratings. So everything will be calculated, captured in the system, and everyone will be aware of it. So even if whatever your feedback is good, bad, if you give the good feedback, it motivates the trainers. If you give a kind of a less rating or if you get some other ratings, it help us to improve ourselves. So be interactive, guys. Okay. Are you guys getting what we are doing here? आपको समझ में आ रहा है ये? Please type yes, no in the meeting chat. Okay, Meena saying yes. Akshay, yes, okay. Sachin, good. Rutosha, perfect, good. Ruchika, Sejal, Akshay, okay, good. What about Bishwajit? Devendra, you joined late, right? Dhanashri, okay.
Yes.
Sridhar, Abhishek, okay. धनश्री समस्या तुला करण okay Yogita
Yes,
good
sir.
okay Preeti is also good fine good so it looks good right